அவங்க வாய்ஸ்
இங்க நம்ம இது Madam, we are unable to hear your voice. Unmute yourself, ma'am.
Unmute only.
Yes. Okay. Now okay.
When how long it was like that?
Just now only.
Okay. Fine. That's right. So you project management and finance demonstrate knowledge and understanding of engineering and management principle and apply these to one's own work as a member, as a leader in a team. See, even if they want to organize one small seminar, there are a lot of finance involved. So whom to approach, how to approach, all these things has to be involved. As a project management, there is a course, okay? So that is also should be done because it will help them how to put the timeline, Gantt chart, all those things. And to manage, okay, lifelong learning, recognize the need for and have the preparation and ability to engage in independent and lifelong, because I will tell you an instant. Like there was one person in our department, he's a diploma holder, okay, and he was long back in the 80s he got employed, and then we had only the dot matrix printer. I do not know, many people now you could have not seen or you could have heard about it. Dot matrix printer. Then came the laser printer, right? So after he used to definitely service all those dot matrix printer to us. When these laser printers came, he had that fear to touch that also. And he said, no, I have never gone to it. You have to send me to, what is it, for a course to learn how to operate or how to, that is, one is attitude, another one is this one. So he does not want to learn the new things. That is the thing, right? So that then we said, okay, see, even when I was in my institute doing my engineering, I never learned C also. I'm a computer science engineer. We never had C in my curriculum. I was the first batch of University of Madras. Okay, we had basic COBOL, Pascal, and 4 things: basic, COBOL, Pascal, and basic, Fortran, Pascal, and COBOL. Only 4. And then we had different things like Unix was there and other things, right? So then I cannot say no. If I say somebody, okay, I do not know C, C++, Java, I cannot sit, I cannot work. They'll say, okay, go home, madam. Right? So you have to keep learning, like how to learn. Everything cannot be spoon-fed, and that in higher education, they should know how to learn from different sources and all those things. So they recognize the need for and have the preparation. So what you have to do is, so only you have to have different types of instruction methods, like seminars, conferences, all those things, where they can do it, engage. So if you conduct a seminar or a conference, a new emerging person, on a new emerging topic, you will invite some experts. In that case, some people will listen, most of them will listen to that, and few people will get inspired and they'll start working. They'll start working on their own, finding all those details and all those things. So many things are there. And even for our own thing, they have our own regular classes also. We see, can I learn for my students? Nobody can learn for somebody, isn't it? Right? I can teach. Are they learning? I do not know. So anyone, they have to learn for themselves. Nobody can learn for them, right? So in that case, we have to really say that it is a lifelong learning, not only in our teaching profession. In any profession, if you want to stay at that place, or if you want to be employable, you have to, so many things are changing. Every day there will be some new learning. So it's a lifelong learning, isn't it? Right. So in the context of technological change, they should know how to learn from different things. So these are the graduate attributes, and these are the program outcomes. Okay. What is it? Yeah. So what happens here? NBA identifies the program outcomes. So the 12 outcomes. Online, we cannot measure them. Why they are just not measure them. Whether they are listening or here, no. See, nowadays, that is what. Okay, it's a very good question. Whether they are listening or not, you cannot measure. Fine. So how do you do that? Definitely, I agree. This is the biggest challenge in our online teaching, whether they are listening or not. We do not know. I'm talking in the vacuum. I'm looking at the screen and keep on talking. I do not know what is happening on the other side. It's a big, big issue for everyone. In that case, how will you do it? This is my tip, which I have been doing for past 11 months. We learned this technique, and we are preaching this technique to many people. We have trained teachers from NIT, triple ITs, okay, how to have effective online teaching and learning, all those things, technology enabled, e-content development, all those things. So in this case, you have every teacher, should have engaging, should know how to use the tools. I usually bring the tools, okay. The simplest tool is your chat. Okay, you can tell them to write it. See, when I told him, very few people, Javed was giving, and then Shankar Ramalingam was giving the answers. Maybe Praveena was saying that I cannot hear. So these names has been registered because I look into the chat and then I talk, right? So, but there are around 45 people here. But what is happening on the other side? Only few, 4 or 5 people are things. So what you can do is you can use some there are many things. I will tell you 2 things. One is you can use some engaging tools. Okay, you can use some engaging tools. Maybe I will also show you. Right, these tools you can use it in between the talks, so that how many people are engaged. You can play. You can use Kahoot, or you can use quizzes, or a poll everywhere. Like this, some Mentimeter. These type of tools you can use, and you can see that engagement. You can find, because they should be actively involved. They should be also made to think and write, okay? Or you can use some collaborative tools. So you can find. Another one is, this is from the teacher's thing. Like teacher is using different tools to make them engage. Another one is the software, the video conferencing tool, the Zoom or Google Meet, or whatever you're using, no? Cisco WebEx. They are also coming up with these things. They are giving the automatic attendance and how much of attention rate. Okay, so only some of the things they'll say, switch on your cameras, and then you take your for exams and for classes. If the UGC, AICTE does not give that tool for us. If I have conducted many for UGC also, like what is it, HRDC. There will be a refresher course or orientation course for the teachers. There, all the teachers are supposed to put their cameras on and attend the class. They are you cannot switch off your camera. You cannot switch off only the audio should be on mute, and whenever question is there, but your camera should be on every time. So there are many techniques to find out, and the what is it? The video conferencing tool itself is giving lot of now analytics. How much attention rate? My son gets it every day. He will be present. He will say, but I will get the 80% attention rate, 60% attention rate. Like that. When we were using Cisco WebEx, we used to get the attention rate. We were also working how this algorithm is working to calculate the attention rate. So there are many things. Okay. Uh, so this is one thing I wanted to share with you, whether they are listening or not. So see, I am teaching, are they learning? That if you know the answer for it, the same thing you can do it, right? So we can use technology, we can use some different instructional methods and things to find out. This is all to make them engage, but unless otherwise they want to get engaged, you cannot do it, right? So this is what. But we can measure. The technology allows us to measure, right? Then NBA identifies the, coming back to this, maybe I have answered your question to some extent. Whatever experience I have shared it. Okay, NBA identifies the program outcomes. Okay, and here the stakeholders, that is the industry, alumni, parents, faculty, graduating students, all these people become the stakeholder. They get the inputs are received from them, and then the committee is formed, or the representation is documented, periodic reviews are taken up. So for then the PSO is formed. Okay, so so this program outcome and this PSO get related to PEOs, then you have this PEO PO matrix. Okay, so that is the program outcome, and this is how, whether they have only three things: a high, moderate, and what is it, low. So you have to use those things and you can map it, right? So institution should set certain okay, yeah, this it will come if it is a tier 2, you will have the set of course outcome for every course. Okay, so there that must be in the documented in place to measure the attainment of the defined POs, and defined COs must contribute to the attainment of POs. That is PO-COs mapping I'm talking. This is what PO-COs mapping, right? So set of COs and associated set of COs. These 12 POs will be there. So whether, see, that is defined, that is set. Okay, you cannot change those things. Okay, the 12 POs is there. How you are going to have, what are the courses you are going to have to attain this POs? Okay, to attain this POs. So some courses will be the core courses for engineering application, problem solving, and all those things. It will not be directly that also, mostly high or low or something like that. Sometimes what happens is you will have some of the communication or social responsibility in some courses inbuilt. So you have to put a tick mark, and then the COPO mapping will be done, and there will be some gaps in between, because even putting some courses, some of the program outcomes will not be the graduate attribute, or that will not be met. So in that cases, what you will do it, right? All those things has to be done. Okay. So, madam, can I continue, or should I have some break, or what is the time? Because we started.
You can continue, madam. No problem.
Till what time I have to?
Till 4 o'clock.
Okay, no problem, no issues. Right. Okay. Yeah. Fine. I have to come to my point. Right. The course objectives and course outcomes. So, objective is, it describes what a faculty member will cover in a course. So it is on the teacher side that is oriented. They are generally less broader than describable goals and more broader than the student learning outcomes. Outcomes is, see, since we are using, see, intended outcome is only the objectives. Okay. So previously in some, because we in NITTTR, we used previously the instruction objectives and all those things, that also was stated in the terms of students. So for us, just the terminology changed. But so some people, they have written the objective also in the teacher, from the teacher's perspective. So for them it was a new thing. Okay, I don't want to confuse here. Outcome is a detailed description of what a student will be able to do at the conclusion of the course. Okay, so that is the outcome. We generally map the objectives to the outcomes to analyze and document their attainment. An objective is more like a plan or a roadmap to reach or attain the outcomes. Okay, now I will have small question session, okay? Because too much of talking also will not be useful, right? So I said, like we have to measure this learning outcomes, all those things. Learning occurs in different domains, okay? So learning occurs in different domains. Are you aware of these? What are the different domains of learning? What are the different domains of learning? You can either unmute and talk, or you can put it in the chat. Okay, what are the different?
Participants, you can answer through chat box.
Yes. Visual learning, psychomotor learning. Oh, okay. Different domains of learning, domain, okay. Then, okay. Any other answers? Okay, you can also guess like Indra. Physical. Shankar Mahalingam, physical. Okay. Then I have to talk about it. Okay, I thought I will play. Okay, 1 second. I will just have this. Just keep typing. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share share. Okay. I'm going to share a link in your chat box. Okay. Now, madam has shared something forms.
Feedback and attendance link.
Okay. Okay. I'm just sharing one menti.com. Okay. Menti.com. Right. Just click on it. Click on it. Everyone. Here I will find out who's attending, who are engaged. Okay. Menti.com. So after this, I will share my screen also. I will share my screen. What is it? A share screen. You're able to see my screen. Either you can go to www.menti.com and use this code, or just whatever link I have shared, just click on it and put your name and join. Okay. So this one, you are going to list any 2 ways to improve the quality of higher education in our country. I want your inputs. Don't, okay, Indra, you have to not give your name in the other one, okay? Here you have to give any 2 ways to improve the quality of higher education in our country, okay? Okay, you can redo it, right? Others, I want. Here I will give the report. How many people have given the answers? Everyone, I'm asking everyone. Just a thinking process, okay? Thinking, I want the output. Just, you know, we are in the teaching. How to improve the, it's a very, very open-ended question. Okay, nothing right, nothing wrong here. Nothing right, nothing wrong. So you can just list any 2 ways to improve the quality of higher education in our country. So there is a ranking, no? Your ranking in your institute, your ranking in again a ranking in the world. So many things are there, right? It all depends upon the quality, right? So how many people are joined? Only 1%. 2%, one is Indra, another one. What about others? What about others? Yeah, practical learning, very good.
And knowledge, analysis.
Practical learning, research, good. Good. This is what by using outcome-based education.
Knowledge,
Okay,
knowledge.
right. You can type in. So 4 people are active learners here in this group. Okay, they have given some answers where you can see their answers.
Ma'am,
Okay.
can you tell me the name of those participants, those who answer?
I will send the report, madam.
Okay, because we are noticing that active participants.
Okay. Hands-on working, practical and physical learning. 6 people have joined. Yeah, good. 7. Include more innovative and practical-based research curriculum from higher secondary level also. Okay, good. Smart teaching than hard working. This will be right. Okay, I have to learn from this person. What do you mean by smart teaching than hard working? Hard working will never fight. Okay, anything, right? Practical teaching, more live practice. Right, good. This is something new. I want to know what it is. I do not know. Practical approach in teaching. Okay. So here, 10 people have given your answers, but here itself, there are around 50 people here, around 48 people are there, right? I'm going to wait till at least I get at least 50% of the inputs. Okay. Is there anything problem, any problem on your side to log into this one? Okay, see, now itself you're telling, many people are saying practical learning, practice-oriented teaching. See, I think you should be knowing the UNESCO's 4 pillar of learning. UNESCO's 4 pillar of learning. Do you know that? What it is? First is learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, and learning to live together. First is we should learn to know. Huh? So many things are there. Why it is happening? What is it? All those things. Learning to know. Then second is learning to do. We have to do because that is what skill-based, right? We have to learn to do something. Then learn to be. See, padichavan solrom, like so we have to practice it what we have learned, right? In all aspects. Learn to be and learn to live together. Why our gross enrollment ratio should be more around 50% in 2030. All these things are coming up, right? So everybody talks about what is the gross enrollment ratio of our country, of our state, all those things. So the in NEP 2020, that is a new education policy, says that by 2030, our gross enrollment ratio in higher education should be around 50%, or around more than 50%. So all these things, skill-based learning, industry institute collaboration to be improved on R&D. Yes, very nice answer. And observing high impact research and implementing to common people. See, very socially responsible person. Fine. See, during this pandemic, so many, we are all engineers. What did we contribute to the society? What did we find? Did we analyze some data about coronavirus at least? right? How many people we worked on it, right? We segregate our practical things with that. See, computers, as a computer science engineer, you can do the predictive analysis. So many projects were going on. How did I contribute? That matters, right? And then if people have the time, right? There are so many things going on. Every time you have to think, well, how can I apply my knowledge and skill to that, right? So in that case, not everybody can do it, but few people, as a whole in your institute, let us say, what did Velama Engineering College or somebody from some colleges contributed during this pandemic situation for Corona? Did you find something? Did you do something? It may be small things, okay? So that is what application of our knowledge of math, skill, all those things are very, very essential. Right, 11 people have answered. I'll move to the next question. People can still answer it. Okay, the same thing only. So here, okay. Now I am waiting. You can join. There is a question answer session. Okay. Only 8 people have joined. I want everybody to join. I can go to the chat. I can use this one. Madam has put the feedback link. So, okay. Yeah. What are the 3 domains of learning? This is what I asked the question. So now, okay, what? So now I am giving the answer also. First I asked, you were giving something. Now I have given the answers also, but multiple choice question. With the 15 second, you can pick up one of these answers. 3, 2, 1, go. Time's up. Okay, good. 4 people have answered it right. And
kindly send me the 4 names, madam.
Madam.
Yes, madam.
I will send this output.
Okay. Yeah,
because Mentimeter, I have a free version of it. Okay, I can send a PDF.
Right? Okay.
Okay. Now you can see who are the 4 person. I'll show you. Don't worry. Now itself you can take the click the screenshot. Okay. Now next is enter. Okay. Now see that you can just find out if they. I do not know like if they are given the names. See, they are very clever. They don't give the. See, I told them to give their names, at least some short names. They have given Ashy, Watson, Wolfminster. Usually I'll tell them to give their names. They have given. If they don't give the names, it will take some names. That is what. So when it is asking, it will ask you. These are the 4 people who have got this one. 1 person got it wrong. Okay. So next is, so what is the answer is cognitive, psychomotor, and affective domain. That is what we are going to spend some time on it, because for writing your outcomes, this is the most important thing. Okay. Because I thought you might be knowing, but okay. Sorry. Okay, question 2. Okay. Higher order thinking skills refers to. Now you see, I have given some answers. Pick up the answers. Higher order thinking skills refers to. Okay, 8 people have got it. So 6 people have got it right. Analysis, evaluate, and create. 2 is wrong answer. Okay, out of 50 people, see here, Radha got the first one, Indra Priyadarshini, second, Pavan Kumar Aurora. If you have given these names correctly, this is the leaderboard, right? So now I can give the screenshot to Madam Aswasmi. Right, good appreciation to you. The last one, only one more question, I think. Very short, because this is what I wanted to do it. If you have, everybody got it right, I will not have any say to that, right? Okay. What are the 2 dimensions in revised Bloom's taxonomy? What are the 2 dimensions in revised Bloom's taxonomy? Yes. Only 3 got it right. Knowledge and cognitive process. 5 people got it. Other things are all wrong. Okay. 2 dimension of revised Bloom's taxonomy. Only 3 people got it right. We will see the leaderboard who got it right. Yeah, it is now Indra. Oh, Indra gets the first mark. So flower shower to Indra. Congratulations. Okay, second place goes to Saint Edmo. I do not know. It might not be the real name for them. Okay. Okay. Now I will stop this because there will be no time. This whatever I have shared, I can share it. I will stop this because I have too many questions here. Okay. So coming back to our presentation, where is my presentation? Okay, 1 second, I'll stop. Yeah, share it. Share my screen. So coming back to my presentation, where is this? Yeah. Oh. We were here somewhere. Yeah, this one. So now this is the most crux of it. If you want to know outcome-based education, if you want to write outcome, outcomes, first thing is you should know the basics of it, right? So all these things you could have heard about, all the program outcomes, course outcomes, all this, how to write it, how to practice it. For that, this is the most basic thing, that is the fundamental, that the learning happens in 3 domains. I'll take just 10 more minutes and I'll do it, justice to it. Right. So learning takes place in 3 domains. One is the affective domain. Another one is the first one is the cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. So see here, the teaching learning process takes place in 3 domains. Cognitive is the head, that is the knowledge part of it, knowing of it. And the affective domain is your feeling, interest, attitude, values, all those things. Okay. Psychomotor is your practicals, laboratory, driving, assembling, or whatever it is. Okay. So that is the psychomotor. So learning and teaching takes place in 3 domains. So any teacher, whether it's school teacher or a university teacher or college teacher, everybody, IIT also, if you go to them, this will be on their board. Okay, so the teaching learning center, right? Cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. So cognitive domain, which talks about the knowledge part, psychomotor domain, which talks about the skill part, affective domain, which talks about the attitude part. And when you say knowledge, that is the cognitive, that is the thinking skills. Okay, psychomotor is the doing things. Okay, with your hands, with your practice. Affective domain, what you feel, what is your values. Affective, that is called the attitude, right? So learning takes place in all these 3 domains, a combination of it. So whenever you write the goals, so you also have to reflect these things. Okay, so which describes the significant and essential learning that learners have achieved or can really demonstrate at the end of the course. Okay, what the learner will know and what they will be able to do at the end of the course or at the end of the program. So that is the more important. So you have to know, because at what level also, see, knowledge, if you say knowledge, at what level, whether at the basic level or the highest level. So for that, there is a taxonomy that is called the Bloom's taxonomy. For every domain, there is a taxonomy. Okay, am I audible and clear? For every domain,
Yes,
there is
yes,
a taxonomy. Okay, for cognitive domain, there is a taxonomy called Bloom's taxonomy. So Benjamin Bloom in 1956, he created this Bloom's taxonomy from lower order thing to higher order thing. That is a thinking, like from knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. But we are not using this Bloom's taxonomy in our outcome-based education. We are using the revised Bloom's taxonomy, because everyone, in those days, we were using this Bloom's taxonomy. In 2001, in 2001, that is in 2000, 2001, Lauren Anderson, a former student of Bloom, and David Carthwal, they revisited this cognitive domain, and there were some ambiguity, some clarity. To make it very clear, they just did some modification to it, and that has been followed in the outcome-based education. Okay, so whenever you are want to write or do outcomes and want to assess the outcomes, you should know this revised Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, that is all the three taxonomy you should know. You should know first learning takes place in 3 domains, and each domain has a taxonomy. For cognitive domain, we are following this revised Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, so what they did is they took the old taxonomy and changed from noun form to the verb form. See, like previously it was what is it? Knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. What they have done is now remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, creating. They have changed into this noun to verb form. Then they rearranged the things. That is the last 2, no? Evaluation was on the top. Now they have brought it at the 5th place. And synthesis, which is design, now they have taken it on the top place. So this one, and they have also created another process called the knowledge matrix. So I said, no, the third question was, what are the 2 dimensions of cognitive domain? One is the knowledge dimension. Another one is the cognitive process dimension. Okay. So if you see this, remembering, so I'll be a bit fast because I'm approaching the time and you might be leaving. So shall I take 10 more minutes, madam? So remembering is
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Recalling or what is it? The fundamental things or the core things, okay? Exhibiting the previous learned materials by recalling the basic terms, concepts, and answers. And understanding is demonstrating the understanding of the facts, ideas by organizing, comparing, interpreting, giving description, and stating the main ideas. Then applying the problem, that is you solve the problems, or that is actually solving the new problems or new situations, okay, by applying the acquired knowledge and knowledge, tools, techniques, and rules. Then analyzing is you are breaking it into small parts where you can analyze it, what is the cause, effect, everything you can do it. Okay, that is so only we call analyze, evaluate, create as a higher order thinking skill. HOTS, even in the NCERT book, you can say HOTS questions will be the HOTS. What is it? HOTS, higher order thinking skill. See, if you look at our teaching learning process, our question paper assessment, everything, if you just see that, it will be mostly in our lower order thinking skills only. Okay, explain, describe. At the most, it will be applied that to direct questions also. If it is very complex, immediately our people will say out of question, or out of syllabus, or my teacher did not teach all these things, all those things. So most of our affiliated question papers, same engineering, they do it in different things. Okay, some people are able to do the quality is very high. Why? Means the teaching learning process, the question paper, the outcomes, everything is at the higher order. Okay, so in that cases, even you have to do it. So here you can find out. You can take your own course, take your course outcome, and you take your question paper, whether it is meeting, what level it is. You can find out what level, whether it is all 60% higher level or 40% higher level or 20% higher level. You can have the table of specification. You can find out and you can tell at what level is my course. Okay, what is the course outcome? First of all, if the course outcome is or program outcome is there, course outcome, it is already defined in the affiliated colleges. So you find out at what level it is there, whether everything is in higher order or middle order or whatever it is. So whether I want to make them understand or make them apply or make them create, So whether my teaching and learning is according to that, that is what, right? Again, my testing also should be there. I teach something big and I test them very at the very lower order, then there also there is no alignment, course alignment on testing and objectives, everything will not be aligned, okay? So I'll come to that later. Now we have these things. And the second dimension is called the knowledge, that is the knowledge dimension, where you have the four things, that is factual knowledge, conceptual knowledge, procedural knowledge, and metacognitive knowledge. So again, this knowledge is divided. See, this I can, it is also, I have done it in the basic modules, AICTE module 1. This is the basic course that every teacher, any teacher entering into the teaching profession of engineering, any technical institute, they should undergo this module. Okay, it is available in the AICTE thing, right? NITT module. So there we do it in very elaborately, and how the curriculum has to be interpreted and all those things. So for now, you have to understand that revised Bloom's taxonomy, there are 3 domains and each domain has a taxonomy. And for cognitive domain, you have this Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy is having 2 dimensions. One dimension is a knowledge dimension, another dimension is a cognitive process dimension. In knowledge dimension, you have 4 types of knowledge: factual knowledge, conceptual knowledge, procedural knowledge, and metacognitive knowledge. Okay, so these are the 4 knowledges. Factual knowledge, okay, what are the facts, all those things. Conceptual, what is the concept behind it, the relationship behind the basic elements of that one. Procedure, how to do, how to perform, what is the algorithm, all those things comes under the procedural knowledge. Metacognitive knowledge is a knowledge about knowledge. That means, see, whenever we learn something, how I have understood, that will be different, no? That you can put it in a general form, like a concept map or something like that, or in a writing. That is one's own knowledge. That is called metacognitive knowledge. So there are 4 types of knowledge. Okay, factual knowledge, conceptual knowledge, procedural knowledge, metacognitive knowledge. And then the 6 cognitive process. That is remember, recall, what is it? Understanding, then applying, and then analyze, then evaluate, then create. These are the 6 processes. Okay, maybe in your due course of time you will be learning in much detail also. So this is very, very important. See, when you want to write any outcome, okay, whether it is a course outcome or the lesson outcome, you have to know these things. Okay, there are 2 dimensions. One is the factual knowledge, another one is the thing, right? The cognitive. So you can, this becomes a basis to construct your, or to choose your method, medium, material for our teaching learning process, and also assess it. Okay, the outcomes should be assessed, or at what level it is, all those things. So this is the basic. So for this group, I am telling that you have to know about this one. Again, there you have other 3 domains. One is for the Karthwal, another one is for the affective domain, you have the Karthwal taxonomy, and for the what is it? For the psychomotor domain, you have the Dave's taxonomy. Okay, so the details you can have it in the courses, in the SWAYAM courses also, or maybe you might be knowing, you can visit it. Okay, so this is what I would like to say. So whenever you are writing any outcomes, you have to be very specific, right? And it should be measurable. It should start with an action verb. It should contain, see, the do's and don'ts you should be always knowing, right? Let us say writing the outcome, always active verb should be there, focus of the subject should be there, and then the condition, that is the condition or the qualifier, it is optional. Okay, so that is how you have to construct your learning outcome or course outcome. Okay, whatever it is, fine. So maybe since there are very few participants in the chat, I will just stop here. Maybe my thing is to talk about the program outcomes, and for any outcomes, this forms the basis of it, right? We have discussed in detail, and how for when you want to write an course outcome, you have to really work on these three domains. Okay, so what I'll do is, if there is any questions, I can take to make it clear, right? You're able to get it?
Participants, any questions?
Because many people will be rushing for their buses, right? Isn't it? Like, everybody is from the same institute, madam, or from different institutes?
Different institution.
Okay, then it's okay, right? Because sudden change, 3:30 to 4.
Yes.
Okay, so I was so this maybe there are a lot of literature available. So if you're not familiar with that, every teacher has to know about these taxonomies, because it will help you in writing the outcomes. Okay, so maybe you can refer it later also, right? So if there is any questions for me, I can take it up. Okay, madam, if there is no more questions.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful session, ma'am.
Right. I do not know whether I have so many slides left out. Okay, but usually this writing the instead of writing the program outcomes, you could have put course outcomes, because